Right, hello everyone, we are back. Sorry, I took the opportunity to end that stream and start the new one because, yeah, it just wasn't working. For some reason, Streamlabs just wasn't picking up any sound, but the good news is we've got sound back. So, what we will do is, we're ready, we'll get it underway, let's begin. I'm not going to enter, why would I want to enter? I believe that grid is correct, off the top of the head. Let's get a race underway because we are running really late now. Sorry, GR2s that are coming up next after this. The main thing is, I have sound. If it glitches again now, then I don't know what to do. There's Temp on pole, as he should be. So yeah, Temp had a massive glitch where he couldn't see his car. So we don't know what happened there, but welcome along to the stream, everybody. Thank you for coming back after the problems that we had in that last part. But we're back. So there's Race Lord in second. Temp is out and underway. Race Lord there in second. Mike rounding out your top three, so going around the first corner, very spaced out the cars are. And around goes Race Lord, he managed to save it. He's dropping down the order, but he did manage to save it. He's dropped down to 5th with the half spin. Managed to keep up power, dropped down to 6th now. So he's got a mountain to climb. So really, out of the first lot of corners, looking in massively here is Temp. Look at the gap that he's got out in front now. The second place that was behind him has just disappeared completely. So it is, as we said, now Temp in the lead. Mike is second there. We've got Rich now up to P3, to third for Rich, so good job there, Rich. Sprinkler in 4th, hoping for another high points finish here at Spa is Sprinkler. Watsy in 5th. Baseball dropping down into 6th place. And then we've got Holkey in 7th. Right on the back of Race Lord. D-Locks in 8th. Stuck on the grid there in 9th. And we've got Lee Duncan here in 10th. Now, special mention to Lee with his new livery, his new venture that he's got going on here for a new esports team. So, new livery, he did drop me a message earlier on to highlight his new livery and his new venture. We will come back to that and talk about that throughout the race. We've got Johnny in 11th. Kayla's up to 12th, and Wacky in 13th, as it stands at the moment. But look at the gap that Temp has out in front. He's got himself massive lead there. Coming into the braking zone. So getting through the bus stop nicely there. So is Mike getting through very well. Rich seems to have got through there okay. So is Sprinkler. Watsy has got Race Lord all over the back of him. Race Lord, look at this, they've got a gaggle of cars behind. So nice and close between all these guys here. There is Race Lord on the back of Watsy. Now Watsy seems to have caught up to the back of Sprinkler there as well. So look at this, Sprinkler seems to be another cork in the bottle situation again for him. So Sprinkler getting himself out and underway there as much as he can. Feeling the pressure is Sprinkler, because he is there in 4th with a gaggle of cars behind him. There's 4 people lined up behind him. So he needs to get his foot down and get himself out of there. So 15 minutes more of racing here in the GR2s. No, of course, Stewie, the livery is amazing and it's all for you, mate, and, you know, Hope you're doing alright, and as I said, your seat in the Ferrari is safe, it's not going anywhere, even though there's a lot of interest in the series. I'm not giving away your seat, so when you're ready, mate, just come on back and join straight back in. Just let me know when you're ready, and you can get straight back in on the action. So, we do have Temp in the lead, 3.77 seconds up the road. So Temp absolutely smashing it. Mike in second, he's got 1.9 seconds over Rich in third. So SLM doing a job here tonight. Sprinkler in fourth. So Sprinkler absolutely caning the laps in. And there was a bit of action there in the background. I think that was between Watsy and Racing. Now that's dropped Racing back down the order off the back of Watsy there. He's got a half-second penalty. The race is not going his way tonight. Look how close it is. Holkey going on the inside, and that's Holkey getting himself up a position. It's getting nice and tight between everyone in the back there. Here comes Holkey. Holkey's got a little gaggle of straw as everyone comes up and goes, oh, that could be a corner. Oh, that's a big incident there. Holkey's got a half-second penalty. Let's see what happened there in the background. I think that was whoever was behind Holkey. So, who was it? I think it was. Here we go. I think this might be stuck in the grid. He just gets through there and onto the front end. Oh, how he didn't take another car out with him. But that is a lot of front aero damage. And a big spin there. And that was, yeah, stuck on the grid. He's dropped down to 13th now with that bang into the barrier. It is this man still in the lead at the moment. His Temp with 4.2 seconds clear. Then it's followed by Mike in second. So the top three have got a nice little gap building up for themselves. Rich in third. So Rich doing a cracking job. And getting himself up the order. And up into P3, so podium spot for him at the moment. Everyone can just share the new stream as far and wide as they can, because obviously, unfortunately, we had to reset due to the glitching issues that we had at the beginning. Rich up to P3, don't know who that is that's joined the room, because now Rich is on the back of Mike for second. So everyone don't forget to like the new stream and get it shared as far and as wide as you can. Because Rich is piling on the pressure now for Mike. Ooh, it's going to be a little bit squirrely through there. It's not the place you want to be following closely. And that's a half-second penalty for Rich. There for a little bit too close behind. Gets himself that half-second penalty. 7 minutes left in the race, so half the race left to go, just under half. Sprinkler in fourth. He's got himself a little bit of a gap now. Has managed to create a 1 second gap back to Watsy. In fifth here. Sorry, having a bit of a cough. Racelord is in sixth, not making too much ground up here on the guys in front. So this could be massive points scored for Temp in the battle for the Championship League, because Deluxe is down in 7th, Lee there in 8th, and a good race in Lee, himself up a couple of positions. 9th Giacala did start 13th, got himself up to 9th now. Johnny in 10th, and then we got now Wacky in 11th, stuck on the grid right now, so stuck on the grid on a comeback, and then Hulky in 13th, so it looks like something has happened to Hulky. But Hulky not too far off the guys in front that are battling. Hulky will be on them for sure soon, because he done 276 laps of Spa in this car. But at the moment, Temp 8.5 second lead for Temp. Absolutely smashing it, Temp is. Mike is there in second, so Mike now has a 1.6 second lead over Rich. Rich is coming under pressure now from the group of cars behind. So Rich now has Sprinkler, Watsy and Race Lord for company. So it's going to be a fight for the final podium spot. As it looks like it's starting to get a little bit darker here. Looks like it's getting a little bit darker. Are we going to see a little bit of rain? We didn't see rain in 12 hours of racing here on Saturday. Are we going to see even more? Are we going to see some more action here? Are we going to get a little bit of rain right at the end of the race? We've got 4.5 minutes of action left to come. The lights are coming on the cars, so that means it's definitely getting dark enough here. Will we see some rain action? Will we see a change for the podium? We've got 4 minutes of action left. Which is doing a good job here. Hold off the guys behind, but Sprinkler is in that shot now of getting the podium spot. Mike there in second. It's definitely starting to get darker and darker here. Temp there in the lead, 9.3 seconds in front. Sprinkler, as I said, catching up. Look at the group of cars that are behind Rich here. So these guys are all going to be battling out for a podium. We should see 2 more laps of action. And look at this, it looks like Rich now has closed up massively on Mike. As we get Race Lord in the background going for a move there. Watsy's on the inside, so Watsy holding him off. Watsy there in 5th, holding off Race Lord in 6th. Race Lord, half-second penalty again for Race Lord. D-Lock's in 7th. D-Lock's is within reach of a podium here as well. Then we've got Lee in 8th. He can see the podium guys as well. So he's not too far off of them. Yeah, Kayla's got himself up to 9th. Started 13th. He's having a great race here is Gear Kayla, getting himself up some positions. Stuck on the grid has recovered from dropping down to 13th with that massive crash. He's got himself up to 10th here, and all the weather seems to be turning. We haven't got windscreen wipers on yet, which means it's not raining yet. Johnny there in 11th. Look at this battle of action with Johnny, followed by Hulky, followed by Wacky, not too far from them as well. And look how misty and horrible the weather's getting here. We've just got lights galore as everyone's got their full beams on. But it is this man, 11.3 seconds in the lead. He's got a massive gap. Now we do have Mike there, but further back we've got Sprinkler battling out with Rich. So now Rich is back under pressure from Sprinkler. A minute ago he was battling for second. Now he's all the way back here, under pressure for all these guys on the podium. Race Lord's coming through. Could Race Lord nab the podium? This is going to be the last lap that they're coming up to, so this is the penultimate lap. As Rich runs wide, that's going to cost Rich a lot of time, but he's got such a gap to the group in front. Because now Sprinkler is under pressure from Watsy. Because Racing sort of served his half-second penalty, put him down the order. It's got to be getting greasy out there. It's not raining, but it's got to be getting greasy. It does look so good with the lights on. D-Locks goes a bit sideways as it comes on through. So this will be everyone's final lap. Everyone should cross the lap and get this last lap in. Temp has a 12-second lead. Does have the fastest lap of the race as well. Worth an extra point, remember, that is. So Temp absolutely checking out in front. Mike still in second, but everyone is still close enough behind. Rich in third. Sprinkler fourth, has got a little bit of a gap to the guys behind now. Watsy there in fifth. Watsy, purple first sector. Watsy looking at a disc glowing there on the front of the 296 Ferrari. Racelord in sixth. And then we've got D-Locks in seventh. Lee is in eighth. There. So Lee doing a cracking job. Gear Kayla in ninth. Stuck in 10th. Hulky 11th. Wacky in 12th. Johnny 13th, not too far behind. There is Temp, the race leader, 13.7 seconds in the lead. It is Mike in second, still under threat from Rich. So it's close between these two. Will we see a change for any of the podium spots? I don't think we're going to see a change for the lead this later on, because now Temp is 14 seconds in front. Absolutely checking out is Temp. We'll go on board with Temp. And we'll watch Temp cross the line as he comes up to the bus stop. Feeling something catastrophically going wrong here. It's going to be a win for Temp. He's going to take the round 4 win with the fastest lap as well. It's 3 out of 3 for Temp. He takes the win. We'll jump back to the action with Mike and Rich. Looks like it's going to be Mike that's going to take P2 here at Spa. And it's going to be Rich to cross the line behind him in third. Sprinkler takes fourth. Watsy takes a massive fifth, and round goes Racelord in the end. D-Locks is up to 6th, Lee's up to 7th, Racelord to 9th for the end. Gear Kayla taking 9th. Stuck on the grid will come through in 10th place. So Stuck getting 10th. 11th goes to Hulky. Wacky will take 12th. And Johnny there finishing in 13th position. Wow. The weather changed here at Spa, but it did not rain. But there is your race winner. Pole position, clean race, and doesn't say far. Did he not get fastest lap? Let's have a look. I don't. Did he get fastest lap? Let's have a look. Race results. He did get fastest lap as well. So fastest lap going to Temp. So an absolute clean sweep for Temp there. Let's save the replay down. What a result there for Temp. Racelord there dropping down the order, finishing in 8th place for Racelord. So not the result that he wanted. Congratulations to Mike and Rich for finishing out the podium. We will be back in a minute for the GR2s, so don't go anywhere. More action coming your way in a second. back. We are back here again at Spa for the third time this in 3 days for a bit of GR2 action now this time. So welcome along everybody, as said, to the amazing Spa. GR2's on track. We just need one more driver, so we just need D-Locks to ready up and get this one away. He's the only one we just need to get readied up, and he's already done it. There we go, that's what we want to see. So he is now all readied up and ready and waiting to go. So let's give the guys the ready, because we are running a little bit late. Give the guys the ready up, and then we'll be getting this one underway. Welcome along everyone that's joined in on the chat there. So we got Nigel Man Snail, have a great race guys. We got Hulky there, who was obviously racing in the last one, saying on that, well done all. We got Irish officer from the last race saying looks amazing with all the lights on. It did look phenomenal with all the lights on. Let's get the qualifier underway for these guys. So these guys have got 10 minutes of qualifying here at Spa, followed by a 30-minute race. D-Locks asked the question, do we still need to use 2 different tyre compounds if it rains? That's why you look at the pre-race briefing notes, because it tells you in there. So who we got coming out of the pits to start us off? So we got Mario leading the pack out. So we'll talk about Mario whilst we've got Mario going around, because obviously Mario raised over £1,000 for Mind. He did an absolutely phenomenal job the whole way through January, raising money for Mind, absolutely smashing his target, which was originally £150, and getting himself just over 1,000, 1,008. And you can go back and watch all of that action on the stream last week. But a bit of an adjustment going from the Porsche to the thing. So doing a phenomenal job, Mario. I'm to learn a completely different car in a couple of days. There. Gavsky in second on the track at the moment. Hugo there in third. Round on the track. Kia Kayla there. And we got Ryano there for SLM. 10th for SLM. Proxy Dev there in the Honda. Mike out on track again. Rich out on track again for SLM. Johnny out on track. And then we've got D-Locks on track. And Racelord just getting underway on his outlap. So coming out a bit later is Racelord. Here's Mario. Mario's on his flying lap, so we'll watch Mario get the action underway. So here comes Mario at the end of the coming straight, getting his flying lap underway in the Lexus. So 3 different manufacturers out here on track for the GR2. Gavsky in the Nissan. So Gavsky opting for the Nissan of his choice of car for the series. Gavsky there coming on through, having a great qualifying, it looks like, from his lap at the moment. And then the third choice of car for drivers is the Honda, driven by Gear Caleb, just on a half-second penalty. So moving over, letting people through, so Hugo going through there. So it's going to be Mario to cross the line first. Look how fast these GR2s are in comparison to GR3s. It's mental the speed these guys take for the corners. And here comes Mario to cross the start finish line. It's going to be around about a 201, maybe a 202, 202.4 for Mario. Gavsky will cross the line. He does a 2 flat for Gavsky. 2 minute 594. Hugo crosses the line in third. Michaela's coming to the pits. Ryano moves up to second with a 202.393. Temp does a 202 as well. So Temp a 202.192. Temp's jump back to the pits. That will be a penalty for Temp. So Temp will take a penalty for jumping back to the pits and taking a new set of tyres. That will be a penalty for Temp because you are not allowed to do that. It is in the rules. You cannot jump back to the pits. So I would suggest Temp, if you're listening, or if anyone can get a message to Temp, to tell him do not do any more flying laps, otherwise he will get a penalty for that. Says Gavsky, the pole sitter at the moment is 1.5 seconds on pole. Now we do have Race Lord was the last person to do a lap, but also there's actually quite a few that haven't done a lap because Foxy Dev came into the pits as well. So this is how you're meant to do it, people. By coming into the pits properly and changing your tyres. So there will be some form of penalty for Temp if Temp does another flying lap. The best thing that I would suggest for Temp to do is just drive around and put it in the pits because Race Lord now on pole. And Race Lord's jump back to the pits as well. That's a penalty for Race Lord. Wow, guys, come on. Read the race notes. Gavsky in the pits doing it as you should do it, and all of the other guys doing it as you should do it. So Mike setting a new personal fastest lap for him, puts him into 7th. Rich doing a new personal fastest lap as well, that puts him in 8th. But we need to see what Temp's doing. Temp still driving round. Temp, that will be a penalty for you. Race Lord, I would suggest you don't do another lap. If you're watching, if someone can get Race Lord a message, you can't jump back to the pits like that. So it is Gavsky on pole, technically. Well, no, he's not on pole. Race Lord did do his lap legitimately, just changed his tyres when he shouldn't have, or how he shouldn't have, by jumping back to the pits. So he's out and underway. So it is definitely going to be looked at after the race, but we'll crack on with the action. At the moment, Temp still doing a flying lap, even though we'll be facing a penalty later on. Ryano there in 4th at the moment. Mario in 5th currently with the 202.428, and on an out lap, so we'll get another flying lap in. here comes Mario. Race Lord goes there. Gear Kayla has got himself up to third with an absolute flying lap. 10th goes third, but that's not going to count that lap. Well, it will count because the penalties will come after the race. Come on guys, get involved in the chat, let's have a think. What do you think the penalty should be for not following the rules and jumping back to the pits when you shouldn't and change tyres? Gear Kayla fastest through the first sector. So Gear Kayla pushing on his lap, and he might be able to get himself up to the order here. Unfortunately, we can't apply penalties after qualifying, it will have to be after the race. But what are your thoughts? What do you think the penalties should be? So Gear Kayla doing a cracking job. The checkered flag is out, so this is going to be the everyone's last flying lap. There's Hugo, probably 7th. New fastest possible lap for Hugo. It here. Now will Hugo improve? Mario gets himself back up to P5. Hugo crosses the line, does improve ever so slightly on his personal best, so he's in 7th. Mike is 8th at the moment. Rich is in 9th. Delox is the last one on track, so we'll stay on board with Delox. Red Bull livery. Foxy's improved. Delox is improving. And here he comes. Last one to finish qualifying. Really improve, get himself up from 10th. On the grid, does improve up to 8th, knocking Mike and Rich down there. So that was the qualifier. Let's have a look at the qualifying results there. So Race Lord on pole, but we'll have to go and see the stewards after the race for a qualifying infringement. Gavsky in 2nd. 10th, 3rd, we'll also have to go and see the stewards for a infringement. Gear Kayla, 4th, great qualifying result that for Gear Kayla. Mario 5th, another strong qualifying result for Mario. Then we got Ryano there in 6th, Hugo 7th, Delox 8th, Mike in 9th, SLM Rich in 10th, Froxy Dev in 11th, and Johnny in 12th. Rounds out the order. Let's get ready to rumble here. Everyone get your readies in. And we will get the action underway here. Everyone in the chat, who do you think will take the win here? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's get this one underway. Will we finally see some rain at Spa? It's going to be Race Lord to lead them out. So there is Race Lord. Let's hope we have a clean start in this one. We don't have any footage like we did before. So Race Lord on pole, starting on the hard tyre. So Race Lord on the hards. Time to get himself underway here. And it's lights out and away we go. Race Lord getting them underway. Last few cars are just coming round the last corner. So Race Lord there in the lead. Gavsky in second on the hards as well. Temp on the softs. Yeah, Kayla on the softs. Mario on the softs. Briano on the softs. Got some action a bit further back. Make sure all these guys get through okay. Looks like they have, and they're all in order because it is going to be bottled up by Race Lord and Gavsky on the hards in front. So Briano there in 6th. Then we've got Hugo in 7th on the softs as well. Deluxe on the hards in 8th. Mike on the hards in 9th. We've got Rich on the softs in 10th. Froxy's on the hards in 11th, and Johnny's on the softs in 12th, so this is a real mixed bag of tyre here. But at the moment, Race Lord got himself a 1.4 second lead. Here, 1.5 now, so he is pulling the gap, because Gavsky is the cork in the bog, holding up temp as much as he can. And holding up these soft runners behind him. And it does look like Temp might get the drive here because he's got the slipstream. He's in the toe. Will we see him break away? And that is Temp moving himself up to second. Ooh, wow. Incident there. Round goes Mario. We'll have a look at what happened there. So there's Mario. I think Mario is here. There's Mario in 5th. So Mario in 5th, and I think just in front, everyone just all of a sudden, oh, Kayla went for a move, Mario went for a move, and it just all came together, and round he goes and gets bumped on out. And that's Mario round. That's Mario dropping down to 12th. So Race Lord 1.6 in the lead, over Temp in 2nd. Here Kayla in 3rd on the softs as well. Gavsky down to 4th on the hards. But if we do see any kind of rain, it's going to be a gamble. Who's on the right tyre to start the race? If the rain comes, when's it coming? Gavsky under pressure now from another soft runner behind Briano. So the softs are absolutely, but they are burning up massively in comparison. Briano's tyres are absolutely, they're almost down to a quarter wear already on lap 2. So it is definitely going to be interesting. Now, how close is the gap up front now? The gap is down under a second. Race Lord's gap in the lead. So these guys are absolutely dropping off a mile. And we didn't actually do the points before the start of the race. We'll do them at the end of the race. We'll do the updated points at the end of the race. But at the moment, Race Lord only half a second in the lead now. So his lead is dropping off, and we get the lovely glitch that we always get, which is the remaining fuel. Look at how Temp was able to take the curbs there and gets himself now massively closer as we lost all buttons for some reason. So there is Temp getting himself well at the backside of Race Lord and does take the lead of the race, but they are going to fight it for a route, I think. I wouldn't surprise me if they did. Right, we will get the keyboard reconnected because we did lose all buttons there. So look at it's weaving from side to side. Trying to break the two fingers coming on the outside as well. Surely Racelaud's going to go straight on there. As he tags in, that was getting a bit leery there. Racelaud's going to drop down the order massively. And he tags Caleb managed to hold together. And Racelaud sliding all over the place. He's sliding all over the place there. And gets himself down to third. And now it looks like he's going to be dropping down to fourth. Dropping down the order and now into fourth place. It's what life is like on the hard tyre at the start of the race. And now, new race leader, 10th, is running out of tyres though. It's down to a quarter wear. As it stands at the moment. Gear Kayla having a great race up to P2. So second for Gear Kayla at the moment. Ryan having a fantastic race up to third. Racelaud dropping down to fourth. With Hugo in fifth. Gavsky now in sixth on the hard tyre. Rich up to seventh on the softs. Deluxe is in eighth on the hard. Closely followed by Fox and Dev on the hards as well. Johnny there in 10th. Mario has got himself up to 11th with a half-second penalty, and Mike on the hards has dropped down to 12th. So, 10th coming on through, 1.6 seconds in the lead, but is running out of tyre fast. So, 10th now 1.8 in the lead over Gear Kayla. Gear Kayla hanging on there though, on the soft tyre. Ryan there now in third, great podium running position. And then Racelaud is the front runner of the hard tyres. He's going to come under pressure from Hugo in fifth, so Hugo looking to get himself past and move up a place and up into fourth. The soft tyres are starting to burn out for these guys. Almost 10 minutes into the race. So I don't think we're going to have many more laps to come on the soft tyres before we get hit. 22 minutes left of racing. Weather seems to have got a little bit cloudier. So Hugo still on the back of Racelaud there. Gavsky. As we do get a pit in the form of Gear Kayla. Gear Kayla's coming into the pits. Now this is going to be interesting. What tyres is Gear Kayla going to go on to? It's a very early pit stop here for Gear Kayla. Gear Kayla getting rid of the... and going on to the hards. So he's gone on to the hards. Johnny's coming into the pits as well. So Johnny on the softs at the moment. It looks like Johnny's going to hit and get rid of his softs. Johnny changing tyres and putting in some fuel. So Johnny seems to think he's going to need fuel. That's a good point. Will the cars need fuel in this race? So Johnny out on a set of hards as well. Temps softs are looking like they are lasting, but I don't think... maybe this race is not going to be a one stop. Maybe this is going to be a two-stop race. He does have a 3.6 second lead. Does Temp obviously has to go to the stewards after the race does Temp, and so does Racelord. Racelord up to third, so what's happened further back? So Rayano up to second now. Obviously, yeah, Gear Kayla pitted, didn't he? So Gear Kayla pitting has moved these guys all up there. So Racelord in third, obviously on the hards at the moment. Still nice and sunny at the moment on track. Hugo in fourth. His tyres are looking second hand. But at the moment, it seems to be Racelord having a cracking race on the, as we do get Temp coming into the pit, so Temp is getting rid of the softs. So this is going to give Racelord the lead of the race back. So that Rayano comes into the pits as well. So here comes Temp. Hitting his pit box, getting the tyres changed. We will see a set of hards for Temp. It is a set of hards for Temp. We also have Rayano coming in. Rayano's got front aero damage. Will we see that repaired? Yeah, we do. Rayano's come out a set of hards as well. So Johnny in 12th there. So at the moment is Racelord in the lead of the race on the hards at the moment. Now remember, if we do see rain, then these guys do not have to follow the rule of using the soft and the hard tyre, but that is only if we see rain on the track. If we don't see rain on the track, they do have to still follow that rule, using both compacts. So Racelord on the hards, this could be a good choice of tyre if we do see rain. Setting a personal best second. Gatsky coming on for as well, he's on the hards as well, so the front runners in the race are on the hard compound. Now they can run really long into this race. Rich in third, on the soft still. Rich trying to get the tyres as far into the race as he can. Surely he's going to have to pit this lap, or is he going to go for another one? He's hoping he can make those tyres last. I think he's going to have no tyre left at the end, and he's still doing 204, so he's still doing up to lap times. Here's Rich. As we do get Racelord as well, we've got a disconnect for Racelord. I don't know what happened there for Racelord. It is a disconnect, it looks like. We will get points for last place for being in the room, but here's an unfortunate disconnect. That's giving Gatsky the absolute command of this race. Now, minutes left to go in the race. Getting very hazy here at the Spa. No lights on the cars yet. So that puts Rich now on the hard, on the soft tyre. So really can get these softs at last. Absolutely dying it out. So Rich, will he be able to get these soft tyres to last? Looking, could be brightening up a little bit. D-Locks on the hard there in a great position in third. Likewise is Dev in fourth, and we do have windscreen wipers on the cars, so Rich could have absolutely got this right. Now, will we see Gatsky coming into the pits? Look, we do have moisture at this part of the track. Gatsky is in. So Gavski's timed this to perfection changing of tyres. So we've got moisture on the track. We will not have the need to change tyre compounds, so use the soft and the hard. Everyone's coming into the pits. Anyone that started on the softs and pitted early, absolutely had to pit twice in this race. So Gavski coming, I think everybody's going to be into the pits. Who's still out on track? Mario's still out on track. Mario's crawling around and getting himself, and Mario's staying out. Mario's staying out on his tyres. This could be an absolute strategy and a half for Mario. As there's Gavski. Gavski's out on the inters. Ryano's coming up the pits. Where's Mario at the moment? Mario's in 7th. It could be a couple of laps of pain for Mario, but this could pay off. Look at the sprays on the hard. He's still making it with the amount of sprays he's coming down. This is mental for Mario. Utterly mental from Mario on the hard tyre in the absolute torrential. He's going straight on there. He's going straight on there. The guys behind are going to go through it 4,000 miles an hour past Mario. Gets a half-second penalty for track limits. There goes Ryano past Mario. Look at that. He's just got no. He's a full look trying to turn that car. Here goes Hugo through as well. So it's just Johnny in front of Mario now. Here's Gavski. It's borderline full wet conditions. Ooh, Gavski getting a bit squirrely there. So Gavski got a 9-second lead in front. Rich there in 2nd. Doing a great job. It was Rich. Now all the guys that didn't pit and stayed out on track, people that started on the hards, and Rich have managed to get his softs at last. Timed it to perfection. Look at the Gavin cars behind. It's a three-way fight. Here, Deluxe goes defensive. Froxy looking around the outside. Froxy running wide. This could be 10th moving on through. Look at that, everyone getting out of shape there. Mike there in the background. Mike can now see the podium places. We do have some change for position in front. Temp going up the inside of Foxy. Temp getting a little squirrely. Mike's now coming back at everyone. Look at that spray on the track at the moment. Temp still in 4th there. Ooh, Foxy gets sideways, very on to the straight we go, over all the slipstream in now. Now here, it is full wet conditions. You can see the spray coming off the cars. Now these guys are on intermediate tyres. Now who's that in front? Is that? That is... Ooh, Mike getting there in 10. Mike going on through. Ooh, Temp giving a flash of the lights there. So this is the battle for 3rd at the moment. Deluxe is now up to 2nd. As Mike goes on. Mike climbing on up to the action. Mike got a half-second penalty. There. Look at this. Side-by-side action. And the guy said, ooh, who was that going over the curbs? That was Temp going over the curbs there. You don't want to get sucked out on that corner. So as it stands at the moment, look at the Jackal. Mike's going to serve us a half-second penalty in a second. We can drop him down the order quite a bit. Because he's 5th at the moment. A half-second penalty will drop him behind Froxy. But then he should be able to regroup and going in. We've got 10 minutes left in the race. There's Mike serving his penny, walking down the action. So there's Gavski, 10 seconds in the lead of the race. Got Camilla in the chat saying, go Gavski. 10 seconds in the lead. D-Lock's absolutely flying here in second. And then look at the big group of cars behind D-Lock. So behind D-Lock, we've got Temp in third now. Foxy fourth. Rich in fifth. Mike in sixth place. We've got Rihanna in seventh. Kayla in eighth. Hugo in ninth. We've got Johnny in 10th. On the full wet tyre, Johnny is. So that's going to be hurting him. And then we've got Mario. He's on the soft tyre. Mario's really hoping it dries out. Ooh, as we say that. Round he goes. Mario, you don't have to pay extra to use the rain tyres. I'd just like to point that out, mate. He gets going again. Did keep it out of the barrier. Gavsky 9.7 in the lead. So he can afford to just take nice and steady there. It is a dry line slowly starting to appear, but it's definitely not dry yet, as Mario just kindly demonstrated for everyone. D-Locked there. In second. They'll still have 10 before coming. Gavsky now 8.7, so the gap at the front is slowly moving down. So Gavsky 8.8 in the lead. Now look, it is drying up out here now. It's not quite dry yet, but in a minute, I think Mario will start to fly. D-Lock's in second. Look, trying to cool down the tyres. Trying to find some water. As much as I can. That shower has literally come all through, doused the track. And it's drying up now out of radar knots, but it does look like Temp is going to be going for second place in the race here. And there goes Temp through and up into second now. Will D-Lock's flying back on the inside. No, Temp is through and up, so that's Temp up to third, but does have to go to the stewards after the race. Fourth in the moment, Roxy. You can see the podium in front. Mike in fifth. Rich has dropped down to sixth now. Into the clutches of Rihanna there in seventh. Kayla still in eighth. Johnny is in the pits now. Will Johnny go for the soft tyre? Is it dry enough to try a set of softs? So Kayla in eighth. Hugo in ninth. Johnny coming out of the pits. Oh, this has to look at him cooling out of the pits because it's so wet there. And there goes Johnny out and underway. It's almost dry enough for these tyres now. There's Mario. Now Mario should start to cane in some laps now. 2:21 for Mario on that last lap. Now Gavsky was doing 2:21s when it was really wet. Gavsky's coming into the pits. Gavsky's risking it. D-Lock's, will D-Lock's pull it? Will D-Lock stay out? D-Lock's is staying out. Foxy's staying out. Mike stays out. She's there. Temp is coming in. Temp is leading the group of cars in. So Temp in. Kayla in. Rihanna in. So at the moment, Dev has just taken the lead of the race on the intermediate tyres. These guys have got 2, maybe 3 laps left at best. So Foxy 7 tenths in the lead of the race. Mike in second now. D-Lox in third. Promotes Rich up to fourth. Hugo in fifth. Gavsky in sixth, just behind them, not too far at the back. And then coming out the pits, Ryano's got a penalty. We do have a spinner in the background. I think that was Temp in the background. Temp is Temp's going on again. Look at all the damage for Temp. Temp has parked tonight. Temp has quit the race as well. So Temp lots of damage. So Temp has quit the race. So Foxy, they're in the lead at the moment, doing a cracking job. 1 second in the lead of the race. Will we see it's definitely dry enough now? Maybe not on the curbs, but on the actual tarmac, it's definitely dry enough. Second, Mike at the moment. He's having a cracking races. Mike. So's D-Lox there in third. Now, will we see any of these guys coming into the pits? Let's jump to Froxy. See if we're going to see Froxy coming in. They've got 2 laps left. Will Froxy coming into the pits? No pit stop for Froxy. No pit stop for Mike. There you're burning out the inters left, right, and centre. D-Lox stays out. Rich stays out. Hugo stays out. Here comes Gavsky. He's charging back through the field now. He's on the 6. Kayla in 7th on slicks. Royano on the slicks in 8th. Johnny in 9th. And then we've got Mario in 10th. Straight on for Mario there. We always seem to catch Mario at the moment. So here we go. Here is Froxy coming on through. Now these guys are burning out their inters like no tomorrow. They need to cool down the tyres. They are getting too hot. They are overheating them. So, ooh, as we get, that was Rich in the background running wide there. So Froxy burning out the inters. So is Mike. So is D-Lox in 3rd. Rich in 4th. Don't know whether they can make these inters last. Hugo there in 5th. Gavsky, it looks like Gavsky's dropped it somewhere because he's got damage. He's got front aero damage and 2 lots of front wheel damage. He's got 1 lap to make up these positions. Now, this could literally be anyone's at moment. Foxy's tyres are dying. They look at him moving into the water to try and cool down the tyres. They're overheating, something chronic at the moment. He's got 1 more lap to do on them. Can he make them last? Might be going a bit deep there. In the background, it's the last lap this will be. Look at him moving over, so try to find a little bit of water there he can. Mike's tyres are overheating as well. D-Lox tyres are overheating. Which is hardly any tyre left as well. Hugo's the least amount of tyre of them all. Gavsky's got loads of tyre but has the damage. He did a 2:17 on the last lap. Foxy did a 2:10, so lost 7 seconds. Gavsky did. Foxy's got 2.5 seconds in the lead of the race. Are we going to see a new race winner here in the GR2 series? And I think this is Foxy catching up with Johnny. So Froxy still leading the race, still got a little bit of tyre. So does Mike's got a tiny bit of tyre left. D-Lox has got hardly anything. Rich has got a little bit more tyre than D-Locks in front of him. Hugo's tyres are almost completely gone. Gavsky now only 7.3, so here he comes. He can see them in front. He's absolutely caning it. He's 6.6 on the back. Gear Kayla just a bit further behind that. Ryano there in 8th. Mario's got himself up to 9th. Now, here we go. We're on board with Froxy. All Froxy's got to do, he's got one more braking zone left. That's all Froxy Dev's got left to do. One more braking zone. Into the braking zone goes Froxy. Throws it on in. And it is going to be a race win for Froxy Dev here at round 4 of the GR2 series. Froxy takes the win. Congratulations, Froxy. Mike gets second. D-Locks is going to be battling into the line. D-Locks getting third. Rich gets fourth. Gavsky will take fifth. Hugo got no tyre left but will take sixth. Here, Kayla will come through in 7th. Ryano will come through in 8th. Mario takes 9th in the end, and Johnny takes P10, but the winner goes to Froxy Dev. Congrats, Froxy, on the win there. What a result that was. Absolutely smashed that one out of the park you did. I did think, Mario, it was a bit of a bold strategy. But well done to Froxy there for the race win. Let's just save the replay and we'll have a look at the results here. So Froxy Dev with the race win. Mike there in 2nd. D-Locks in 3rd. Rich there in 4th. Gavsky 5th. And then we've got Hugo there in 6th. Gear Kayla in 7th. Followed by Ryano there in 8th. And then it's Mario 9th. Johnny in 10th. 10th in 11th. And Race Lord there in 12th. Well, look, congratulations everyone that was involved there. Well done for getting involved. And that is it and over and out from Spa. We've been here a lot in the last week. Cheers everyone for watching over the last few days. We will quickly run through the results before this round because we forgot to show them at the beginning. So it was Drew there in 15th, Nia there in 14th, Ryano there in 13th, Gear Kayla was 12th, No Hassle 11th, Johnny 10th, Hugo in 9th. Top half of the table was Mario should be 8th. My mistake there. Mike in 7th, 10th, 6th, Froxy Dev 5th, Rich in 4th, D-Locks in 3rd, Gavsky 2nd, and was Race Lord in the lead of the championship. Obviously, Stuart's inquiry to come on Race Lord and 10th after that round. And also with the disconnect, unfortunately, for Race Lord and the Rage Quit for 10th, that's going to be looked at as well. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. We'll be back in a week's time for round number 5 of the series. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.